It is not the movement of the clock that produces the newness of life. It is the movement in your mind.
Hi. What's going on, guys? It's Michael Japong, and here today, I'm going to talk to you guys about beginning or starting when it comes to, things that you aspire to do. The beginning, starting point is oftentimes one of the hardest things for us to do, especially since a whole lot of us go through life and sometimes die without ever beginning to, follow their dream or whatever it is that they were aspiring to do, start their company. So today I want to talk to you guys about how I'm going to take my first steps, or how I'm taking my first steps to beginning this little journey towards a future that I know exists out there. And we're going to talk about a bunch of subjects in the next few weeks, years, months, however long I continue to do this, which I expect to continuously do, hopefully for the rest of my life, because it's a very life-sustaining, and it's actually very good for yourself to kind of put yourself out there, Nowadays it's on the internet, and you can do that in a good way or in a bad way or in a negative or a positive way. Regardless of how you do it, there's something to benefit from, and there's something to look out for when you're putting yourself out there. And I just think that if you at least start somewhere, you can begin to put the pieces together, and hit those crossroads, and then you'll be able to say left or right or yes or no. But if you don't start the journey, that road will never hit that first crossroad. You'll never know how to kind of develop into whoever it is that you're trying to become. Hopefully your greatest version of yourself that you're trying to become, as far as what your aspirations are, and where you're trying to go in life. So beginning being the hardest thing to do, we have to remember to not focus on being perfect. Like, imperfection is the key to all beauty. And a lot of times, me, myself, being a Libra, focus on a lot of beauty and perfection and having things be, set perfectly. Like, even now, making this video, I have this camera set up on a gimbal that's used for motion, stabilization. Unnecessary. It kind of works as a tripod right now. I just got this microphone that it's obviously a good idea to have when you're vlogging. Unnecessary. I could have just used my regular phone audio, but I was telling myself that I needed these things in order to begin. And the reality is I did not need these things. I have my phone. I can record video on it. Regardless of the quality, the important part is the message that's being sent out. And the beginning, the starting of it. And it's important that you understand that beginning is a start to an opportunity to begin a new pattern, a new set of habits. And it's important to do that. I'm finding out that without these habits, you're kind of stuck in your old habits. You're stuck in your own cycles. And I find myself stuck in cycles all the time. I'm very much kind of self-aware now. As of maybe 5 years ago, I've become so self-aware of my situation and the things that are happening around me and my control over them, and I have the ability to see, why something might happen a certain way, or, I can see why things are happening, and I can see it from a faraway perspective, looking down at myself. So I see myself in these cycles, in these habits, and I know it's not as simple as, it's easier said than done, but these things are capable of being changed. There's something out there called epigenetics, which talks about how through our actions, our DNA is actually rewriting and changing. And I think that's what the whole purpose of us being here is, to kind of write our new history, kind of live through our new history. And as we're living through it, we're writing it. So back on the topic of beginning, it is also important when beginning to make a habit out of things, and think of it as something that you can do every day, something very simple. Start very small. That's actually the other point that I want to bring up. Starting small. A lot of our dreams are so big sometimes. I actually heard this today while watching some YouTube videos. A lot of our dreams are so big sometimes that just thinking about that person that you're trying to become and where you are right now and starting at this point, it can be a crippling thing. Like, I tell people all the time that the awakening moment that I had, the now being able to see things from a outside perspective has kind of crippled me in a lot of ways. Knowing that a lot of the things that are in my control just require a lot of hard work and time. And I know this fact, and I know that if the hard work and time is put into anything that my heart is set to, it will grow into fruition into whatever it may be, something maybe that I can't even fathom at this moment. But I know that's the fact, is if you put everything into something, it will eventually bear fruit. So knowing that that dedication is out there, knowing that I take that first step is a commitment, is kind of a heavy foot, and I find myself reluctant to start because of that. Because knowing that, okay, this might not be perfect, because I don't start correctly, this might be detrimental and put me back on a downward, like overthinking all the time. It's not actually a good thing. So it's a good thing to just start, like I am starting today. I'm trying my best to not overthink as I usually do, and just make this video. And I guess this is a good place to end it. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please stay tuned for a lot more topics like this. I have a lot of things that I want to discuss and talk about as far as the universe and energy and, you know, waves and a lot of things. There's a lot of stuff coming up for me in the future that you guys should also stay tuned for. And I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're into this kind of subject matter. I know the likes is important on YouTube now, so if you please like the video, if you know me, if you don't know me, leave a comment. We can talk about a lot of this stuff. Let me know what kind of subject you want to talk about next, and I'll see you guys next time.